gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
What the GM dog got threw off the stage by Karen?
Right.
I ain't been thrown off the stage no more.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Big
Man.
Hold on. That's cool if you're interested in a good laugh.
Right.
If you're interested in a good laugh, that's, there you have it.
It's this producer I had met in Atlanta, Georgia. He go by Andrew Boone.
And who
I
did
work with a lot of white people, right? And they think and I tell them all the time, I say, listen, I appreciate what y'all doing, but I'm gonna be real with you. Stop acting like y'all know what we're going through. That's disrespectful to us.
Tell you, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro.
And that happened recent. That happened recent?
Yeah.
Yeah, was
Yeah.
like last week?
Like last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Okay, everybody's in the building. We back in full effect. What's going on, fellas?
Shit, same thing, different day. Shit, trying to make it. Y'all see how cold it got, didn't you? It got cold real quick.
Yeah, it did. It did. Yeah. All right. Hey, Mark, you sound a little choppy over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just trying to make sure everything's good. Like whenever you talking, it sounds like it breaks up. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, every time you speak, it breaks up. I don't know. It's some kind of audio error. I don't know what it could be. Say something again.
Yeah, Mike. Is that good?
Yeah, that sounds a little better.
Okay. I think it might be my dog in the background. If you hear anything.
Okay, you sound a lot better. You sound a little better. It's a slight delay, but you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good to go. Anyway, yeah, sorry about all that. Sorry about everybody. We just had to make sure everything's good to go. Sometimes this technology can be unpredictable, so it's not always our fault. Sometimes the technology be bugging out itself. So, other than that, y'all ready to get this thing going?
For sure.
All right. Well, I don't know if you guys had heard or seen this, but here lately, the CEO of Kellogg's came out and said that for poor people in these hard times of inflation, it'd be wise to eat cereal for dinner. So we're going to look at this clip and we'll be right back.
Let them eat cake or let them eat Kellogg's?
The maker of Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops has a controversial marketing campaign, cereal for dinner.
The price of a bowl of cereal with milk and with fruit is less than $1. So you can imagine why a consumer under pressure might find that to be a good place to go.
When I say cereal, you say dinner. Cereal. Dinner! Cereal. Dinner!
Kellogg's CEO Gary Pilnick says the campaign is aimed at people who are struggling with inflation, and he's confident in the ad's message.
The idea of having cereal for dinner, is there the potential for that to land the wrong way? We don't think so. In fact, it's landing really well right now.
But some people on social media say the ad misses the mark.
I don't want to hear it from anyone rich enough to call it the cereal category.
This is not the time for a girl dinner campaign, sir. No.
He's not only managed to insult low-income families, but to push Kellogg's cereal in one sentence.
Okay, so is it that bad that some people have to eat cereal for dinner? So what's going on, y'all?
I'm just tripping because you see how they snuck the general population by saying, hey, if you're too poor, go eat cereal. Like,
Right.
That's not even cool. Why don't y'all deal with the real problems at hand, like the inflation and you know what I'm saying, the wage gap?
Right. Right. Right.
Why
Right.
don't you do that?
Right. Right. Right.
They telling you to eat cereal for dinner.
Right. Yeah, I found that really strange.
Man, I'm
I found
not
that
gonna
really
lie.
weird.
That third guy, man, he was on to something, man. And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, and this is just me, this is just my opinion, man. I think they got there from us because we are the poor people. We've been eating cereal for dinner.
Right.
We've been eating sugar
Right.
and bread. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
A sugar sandwich or a syrup sandwich.
Yeah.
So they just capitalizing once again off of something that we came up with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, man,
Yeah.
cereal really could be eaten at any time. Like I
It sure
said, I
can,
think the
yeah.
CEO saw something. I think the CEO saw something, or one of his little colleagues saw something and say, "Hey, I got an idea. Let's pitch this."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, they got that from us, man. I won't be
Yeah.
surprised if Kellogg still start selling freeze cups.
Hey, but you know what though? Here's the thing. I'm tripping on the fact that was something that I always did as a kid, like in the 80s on the weekend. I always thought it was real cool to eat cereal at night. I don't know why, but it was always cool for me to eat cereal and then watch cartoons at night before we got all this 24-hour cable and stuff. I would like go over my friend's house, videotape like Nickelodeon all day. Which is the amount of time I was over there. I would bring that tape back and watch it at night and eat and watch cereal. I mean, damn, I'm mixing it up.
Watch
Eat cereal
cereal.
and watch cartoons.
Right.
At night, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, but is it cheaper to eat cereal for dinner? Is it like how much is the average cost of average box of cereal now?
About what we looking like? $4-5. About $4-5.
About $4 or $5, and then about
I think the cheapest cereal out is Snoop Loops. Or
how much
Snoop
is that?
Dogg cereal.
How much is that?
I think that was like $1 and something, maybe
Okay.
$2 and something.
Okay. Well, but still, it's still the fact that this guy is saying that for poor people. My wife said this the other night. It's cheaper to eat beans and rice for dinner than it is to eat a damn bowl of cereal. You know, because it's hot, and you can buy a bag of rice for like $1, maybe right at $1. You can buy a bag of beans for like maybe less, maybe like 80 something cents. You see what I'm saying? And you can probably eat on that for a couple of nights. You know, it's just that poor people have ways of making it depending on where they are. We have, I'm gonna say we, but poor people have ways of making things happen. More of making things. I'll come from that. You know what I'm saying? I come from that. So that's why I wanted to discuss this, because I find it really kind of crazy for him to just up and say that like that, you know. And this and at the same time he's pushing his cereal for us to eat at night. So
basically, if y'all notice it, when you're in a pinch, let me find another way to make money off of you.
Right. Yeah.
That's the thing that's killing me.
Yeah. No matter what, if you're in a crunch, let me still find a way to siphon some money out you. Yeah. That's
right.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So check this out. Let me see what this comment says. Crackers and pit for dinner. Crackers and
right.
I've done that too. Hey, I've done that too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, check this out. This next clip is something that happened here actually a couple of days ago here in Nashville. An Uber driver had to defend himself from a passenger. Hold on, let me make sure I get the clip pulled up. And it went crazy, man. And he had to kill this guy. So let me pull up the clip, and we'll go from there. Hold on, make sure I got it. Okay, here we go.
An Uber passenger is dead after Metro Police say he tried to rob and kidnap his driver last night. Officers say that driver pulled out his own gun and shot the passenger multiple times in self-defense. WSMV's Brendan Tierney talked with the driver and witnesses who are still shaken up tonight.
Kind of ridiculous, man, that something like that happened.
Tony came home last night to find a man shot to death on the sidewalk outside his front door. Bullets shattered the windows of this rideshare car after the passenger and driver both pulled out guns, leaving Tony scared to show his face on camera.
A lot of these young guys, man, is
Wow.
the one that's causing a lot of habits and stuff around here, man.
Police say the driver picked up 23-year-old Kyron Gardner, who almost immediately started making threats and held the driver at gunpoint.
The Uber driver tells me that he first tried calling 911 from the drive-through lane of this downtown McDonald's that Gardner made him stop in. He used the SOS function on his watch and an AirPod to talk with dispatchers, but says the call was disconnected when they couldn't understand the quiet hints he was giving them.
Metro police say the driver called 911 again about 15 minutes later from the intersection of 16th Avenue and Herman Street after he was scared for his life and shot Gardner multiple times.
How concerning is all of this for you?
Man, it's very concerning because, you know, a stray bullet could come straight through the window and hit somebody, hit me, or hit one of the neighbors or something in the head.
Tony says rideshare drivers should have some
Wow.
way to check passengers for weapons to make sure everyone can stay safe while traveling through his neighborhood.
All right, cool. I just wanted to get the gist of it out there. So, again, all right, there's that clip. And now, Kurt, don't that block look familiar?
Yeah, very, very.
Okay.
Very.
All right, so go ahead, fellas. Chime in.
I mean, it's just crazy to me. Like, you can't. It's nothing is safe anymore. It's been like that, but I mean, whenever you want to jump in a Uber and hold them at gunpoint,
Yeah.
it's shit's pretty bad, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mystery.
And it's sad, man. I was wondering as I was looking, was they gonna show the person's face? But I've seen, this young guy who got killed. They had his face on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
But Gilmore is right, man. It's sad that you can't even get make a living, man, off of a taxi cab service or Uber service or whatever. You worrying about somebody they're gonna try to stab you, shoot you, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that man said, and it's not all the young people, but that's what they're showing in the news. There's a lot of young people, man.
Right.
And they just need some type of guidance, or I don't know what's wrong with this generation, man. I really don't. But that's crazy. You can't even work without somebody trying to rob or take all your goods from you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's bad because the climate is so terrible now because everybody is a victim, and it's piranha season all year round now. Piranha season was mainly like Christmas time, you know what I'm saying? The last 3 months of the year. But now it was like all year round because prices are going up. Inflation is just, everything is through the roof now, and people are trying to find ways to survive out here. Now, it's bad that an Uber driver, luckily that person was smart enough to defend themselves because the climate is out there really bad. But you can't do none of that stuff. It's like even if you're just delivering food, we've seen stories where even people have used the driveway just to back out, turn around and still get shot at. They didn't even pull in the driveway all the way. They just used it as a little enough, to turn around and to make another turn and come back out, and still got shot at, harassed or whatever. So it's bad when the rideshare people, and they consider soft targets. You know what I'm saying? And that and then just think if it had been a woman that had pulled up to pick this guy up, all right, that didn't have a gun and didn't have any way to protect herself, how would that have turned out? You see?
That's true.
Exactly. Could have been the other way around.
You see? And then the crazy part about it was when he used this 911, functions and was trying to get him like the subtle hints. I don't know what he was doing, but maybe he was saying like, "Hey, help 911." Shit, trying to get them. And they like, "What are you saying?" And they like, "Huh?" And hung up on his ass. I mean, it's like, wow. So what do you think about that shit?
But you know what's funny? What's the funny thing about that is when somebody called 911, whether if it's real, fake, or accidental or whatever, the police are supposed to track that number and they supposed to be right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
the
They
911
are.
dispatchers go to say, hey, this is coming from such and such spot.
Right.
Go check on this.
Right.
Because they got GPS on all the stuff now.
Yeah, they are. I just don't know. I'm just tripping on the fact that they didn't even try to be patient enough to try to figure it out. It's obvious he called in dire straits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And every now and then you may not be able to like, hey, help me, 911. Sometimes you got to be like, do
Man, sometimes you need that automated service. If you're in danger, press 1. If you can't talk, if you got a gun to your back, press 2.
Dude.
Right.
It's funny. As funny as it is that he was black, that's why they hung up on.
Yeah, that could be another reason.
As funny as that it is, Kurt. As funny as that it is, Kurt. Damn, man. That's so needed, ain't it?
Sure, hell yeah.
Oh my goodness. You just gave them the concept. Yeah, you just if you are in the middle of a robbery,
situation,
right?
Kidnapping, press 3.
Right. Or all of the above, or whatever it is. Right.
Please hold and we'll get to your next representative. What the hell? Nah, that's funny. Yo.
Wow.
It's bad, man. 911 is a joke. Remember Public Enemy said it years ago, right?
Oh,
He said he called 911 and they hung up on him because he reported his tag stolen and had to call him back. Man, what the hold up, man. Hold up. See?
Yeah.
See, everything messed up. Customer service stuff after COVID.
Man, what? Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really crazy. All right, now check this out. Now this is a clip. It's 2 clips, but they all tied together. But they both tied together. But the crazy part about it is, it's got this certain sector of society rather shook. So I'm gonna play the first one, and then we'll go into the second one.
I think Jeremy and I would have done it again if given the opportunity.
Do you have any regrets?
I have no regrets. Killing that pedophile was the best day of my life.
What about not being able to see Jeremy?
Jeremy and I have a love that will withstand this.
What about what you said in court about repenting? Is that not true then?
No, it's not true. My lawyer made me say it.
Do you have anything to say to the victim's family?
May they die also.
All right, now here's the second clip.
A recent double homicide in Union County has sex offenders living in fear.
New at 6 tonight, one family is opening up to News 4's Mike McCormick about what it feels like to be a target.
I couldn't catch my breath. I immediately had to run in the bathroom and get sick.
A double homicide in the neighboring county was a nightmare come true for Lila Folster, and she didn't even know the victims.
How do I know they weren't going to come in here and murder my entire family?
According to the Union County Sheriff, self-proclaimed white supremacists Jeremy Moody and his wife Christine
These were pedophiles.
Killed Butch and Gretchen Parker on July 21st in their own home because Mr. Parker was a registered sex offender. In 2012, Jeremy Moody published a book and in it wrote, quote, "The only cure for child abusers and molesters is to have every member of their immediate family killed," end quote. The sheriff says Jeremy Moody told investigators he had plans to kill another registered sex offender, but his arrest prevented that.
How do I know it wasn't my husband or my son?
Folster's son, Lauren Duckworth, and his stepdad, Stephen, are both registered sex offenders. They all live together, so the registry lists their address, even the make, model, color, and plate number of their car.
I'm afraid to be out.
It also lists the charges, but doesn't explain the circumstances.
They're not going to come in and slaughter my family just because I'm on the registry. And because they don't have enough common sense in a world of massive technology to do their research before they do anything.
Because their information is available on the registry, they've been threatened and have had to move.
Somebody screamed by in a car leaning out the window saying, "You better watch your backs because we're going to burn this whole house down, you perverts."
Their hope is that the registry will one day go private, becoming a tool only available to law enforcement. Mike McCormick, WIFF News 4, Chester County.
Dang, that's crazy.
Okay, yeah, so the first clip showed that the lady Christine Moody and her husband Jeremy Moody
Right.
killed that couple. So then I showed the second clip to give the backstory on it. So now that particular family in that area, and I guess other sex offenders who saw this, they're in fear because that could possibly happen to them. So go ahead, fellas, chime in.
Nah, I ain't heard nothing about it. That's crazy right there. That's vigilante justice right there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know that's how they made Freddy Krueger. You know that, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So y'all be scared. In y'all motherfucking dreams, y'all keep playing. Y'all kill the wrong nigga out here. But I'm just saying. I'm sorry, y'all. No, but seriously though, on some real shit. It's sad because people's family don't know that. Some people's family don't know that people are doing what they're doing behind closed doors.
Right.
Some people's family do, but that don't mean just because your sister or brother or whoever was, got it on the wrong side of morality. Period.
Right. Yeah.
That don't mean everybody in the house should die.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Right, Candyman, right? All that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So so I'm my thing is it justified to just go around and slaughter these? Now, if you walk in, it's fine when these people doing it to somebody in your family, it's whatever. But if one happens to move in your neighborhood and it's a registered sex offender across the street from you, what do you do?
I mean, you can't run up and just kill him because you still commit murder.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And who are you to get the justice for whatever happened 20 years ago? Because it sticks with you for life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just imagine a motherfucker got to watch his back from somebody he don't even know for the rest of his life.
Right.
Because you feel like you want to be Batman at night.
Right. Exactly. I feel you.
That part.
Yeah, I feel you.
See, that's the thing. The system already gone have their part with whoever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a registered sex offender, you got to take classes. You got to do all type of crazy shit. I don't know, but I got a guy at my job who he's 60 something years old and still goes to classes, still goes to a probation officer, all of that.
Wow.
And he's 60, like 67.
Yeah.
So think about that. At 67,
yeah,
you still going to the damn probation officer for this shit?
Yeah.
You still taking classes? You about to die. And you still taking classes for this shit?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit deep.
Yeah.
That shit deep, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mystery.
Man, to kind of come off of that a little bit, I think he'd rather be taking them classes than to be in prison being poked on. I think any sex offender would rather take them classes than to be poked on, because in prison, they don't play that. When you mess with a kid, you raping somebody, they don't play them games. But, you asked a really good question earlier, Dollar. And, who's to say what's justified or what's justice, for us?
Right.
I am a strong believer in this, man. I've watched the Jeffrey Dahmer movie. I watched other movies. I really strongly believe that God has certain people to do certain things.
Okay.
And a lot of people who's listening and checking might not understand that.
Yeah.
That's just like David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Why would he have David to kill this giant?
Yeah.
Now that's in the Bible. That's coming from God.
Right.
So God has as we say good and evil. God has good and evil within him.
In so many words, you're saying that God can commission a certain person to carry out something because, as they would say, your sin has reached my heaven and it's just too much for me to deal with, right? So that guy that knocked off Jeffrey Dahmer, it was, in your opinion, it was commissioned by God. this couple that knocked off this. Yeah. Now the thing is, the whole family, like Kurt said earlier, if you living in a house, now her situation was her husband and her son are both sex offenders. So, look,
that means she just like kinky shit.
She's
she's
trying to preserve whatever that situation is. I'm not. So in her situation, I'm not saying that she's okay with it.
She's condoning it.
Okay, because she's married to the guy, and her son are both doing it.
Right.
So So when does she say when does she say I've had enough? I don't want this. Especially after knowing that's a vigilante that would come in and slaughter a whole family because you got one pedo living in your house. When does she say it's enough?
I'm strongly with Get Mo on this, man. She is condoning it. She knows it. She done married him and she done birthed one. So she's condoning it.
Like I told y'all.
Help get some of them little kids in there.
Hold on. Now, look. Now, Mark, you said she gave birth one. Now, it does say her son, but we don't know if that's his son and she just happened to be stepmother.
Man, hey,
so she took them both on.
Hey man, put it like this. You know they live hard lives, bro. So that damn shoot. You feel what I'm saying? If you know they live hard lives, she could be slick 38. She look 50 something.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. But
and I'll say this too, man, because a lot of people always use this, man, for their little safety net or whatever. Well, they used to do it back in the old days when they was 13 years old. I don't care. It could be 18, 19. If you selling a 13-year-old girl to this grown-ass man, he's a pedophile. I'm sorry.
Off top,
There's no ands, if or buts about it, man. You know, with the color purple and all that, when he sold his daughter to get some money, and she's, 13 years old? That was dead wrong. They condoning it. Oprah and them is condoning it.
Yeah.
They all need to be slaughtered.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay, next clip.
Right, next clip.
Okay, next clip. Okay, check this out. This is our brother Stephen A. Smith going off. Check it out.
The internet is blowing up after celebrity sports personality Stephen A. Smith of ESPN, a lifelong Democrat, has an absolute meltdown when talking about open borders, homelessness, and a new welfare program for illegal migrants. Take a look.
See homeless folks in the streets of New York all the time that are American citizens. I damn sure see them in California. We've got poor, impoverished, starving people who were born and raised in this nation. How in the hell do we come up with a $53 million pilot program for illegals, but folks who are here legally are born here, we don't have enough of them? Just like we could come up with billions for Ukraine, but somehow, some way, we can't fix the homeless problem. I'm down for helping Israel. I'm down for helping address the situations with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, okay? I'm down for helping the Ukrainians and fight North Russia. What about poor and desolate citizens here? How the hell do you print money for foreign countries, but you don't print that money to help eradicate folks that are starving right here in the streets of America who were born in...
Woo! Man, yo. Now, I don't totally agree with everything Stephen A. Smith says, and this is with anybody. You can't agree with everyone on everything.
Right.
But that right there, he tapped into what not just Americans are feeling, but especially Black Americans. We sit back watching this like, yo. So go ahead, fellas. Y'all chime in.
Man, I'm gonna say, we already got a housing problem, if you will. Yeah. We got more houses than we got people to go in them that's making the money to go in them.
Hold on. I like how you said, I like how you put that. The housing problem is too many houses, but not, what's that again? It's not enough people to.
It's not enough people to make the money to put in the house.
Damn, I like how you, that's the housing problem. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so with that being said, bro, you know, it's funny how we can let people in to be workers. You know what I'm saying? We already are at a deficit so far as what we get paid, you know, wage gap, all that type of shit. So it's just to the point where you have enough money to let these people come and start a life here, knowing that the people who are already here are not making enough money for the homes. You know, we are one of the states that are letting the immigrants come here, right?
Yeah, I know.
Now you see what I'm saying? That we are already, people are already, well, it's kind of weird, if you will. People half-ass want to work after COVID. So is it wrong to let some people in here who might want to get a job? You see what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy,
right?
But I mean, we right here in America, you talk about homelessness, but nobody wants to, work nowhere. Everybody wants to work from home now. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
I want to work from home. I want to work from home. Shoot, now what happened if the police officers start working from home? You see what I'm saying? So we need people out here in these streets to actually work real jobs, actually to be, body and building, if you will.
Right.
So if you don't want to be a body in a building and customer service is terrible and people are robbing at gunpoint doing Uber and they running past people's houses, burning them down and killing folks, you might want to go back to work. You see what I'm saying? I know we got homeless people in the street, man, but let's keep it real. How many people really trying to work nowadays? Some of that shit you can do something about. For real.
I agree. And there's a lot of homeless people that are able-bodied who can work, but we don't know their background. They could have some type of psychological issues, some mental issues. We don't know until we talk to them, and then we don't know if they tell us the truth. But I feel what you're saying. It's a lot of people who are choosing not to work, and I get it, but at the same time, I don't think it's right to cook a bigger meal for the guests than for the owner or the people who actually live in the house. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But go ahead, Mister. Go ahead, Mister.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll come back to you, Kurt. We'll come back to you, Kurt.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mister. Go ahead.
This country is supposed to be free, man. If you look at every other country, on the web or whatever, their country is doing way better than ours. This country's been messed up since Columbus landed on Plymouth Rock.
Yeah.
Even though we had some good spurts, like maybe late 70s, late 60s on into the 70s, they giving us a little bit at a time. Man, just like you said, I played in this movie that's actually not even released. And I'll give you a little bit about it. It's called Less of a Home. Joaquin produced it.
Yeah.
And I play this homeless guy. And I'm walking around, I'm not talking, and it's actually kind of true because it was based around my son. We'll be losing my son. And I lost everything. And everybody was wondering, like, dude, what happened? Because, I had a house, had a nice little job, had a nice car, had a wife and everything, but it's gone. So just like you said, Dollar, you don't know what that person that went through to have that mental breakdown for him to be homeless, to lose everything.
Right.
So I go back to America, they put all this stuff in us, bro, to make us think different, and they get us sick with certain stuff. Bob Marley, he was healthy and everything until he came to America and got cancer. They didn't even know what cancer was.
Wow.
Didn't have a clue what cancer
crazy.
was.
That's crazy.
But when you come to America, oh man, you might want to walk around in a Glad trash bag because you might catch something just by walking around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put that on America, man. Yeah. I really do, on the government rather.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if you want to bleep that out or not, but
no, you good. You good. Go back to you, Mo. Go ahead.
I just want to say, you was like, imagine being the guests get more than the people who live in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, you ever seen Coming to America? You thought you was invited to the party, but you're gonna be valeting cars and serving drinks around this motherfucker. That's one.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's one. And two, we are freer than a lot of people in America. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real, which we're freer than a lot of people. Now, it's just like that product you buy at the store. You are free in America, but your happiness is sold separately. Understand me. Your happiness is sold separately. You free as hell. You can run around here. You can choose to go to work. You can choose to stay home. You can choose to pay these bills, or you can choose to be on this street. The choice is yours. You free as a bird, but your happiness is sold separately.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
Hey, so let me ask you this, because you made a good point. So when you say we are the freest people, like, what do you mean by we are free? Because there's other people in different countries who do the same thing that we do, just as free, if not.
But guess what? It's also people who do what the hell their government tell them to do, and they have to still go to work, and they still get rationed out food, and they still can only buy a certain amount of food in these countries, and they still be forced to do things. That's what I mean by that. Sometimes some of these countries, you go to work and you ain't got no choice. You still can't go around doing what you want to do, but you still got to go to work.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Ask Russia.
Yeah.
Russia got to go to work and they can't buy but a certain amount of bread. What type of shit is that?
Wow.
If I wanted to buy all the damn bread, what you said, bunny bread, as long as I got the money, you should keep it coming. But with them,
you're right, because I be seeing people who own like little mom and pop shops, and they'll go into like the Dollar General and like rack up a cart full of like gallons of milk. It'd be like milk. They load up all, and I'd be like, you own a store, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, but yeah, you're right though. We have that freedom to do that. We have that freedom to do that. But I tell people all the time too. Okay. Yeah, you get freedom in America, so we allegedly, but you think you're free, try doing some free shit and see what happens. You know
right.
You can't just drive past an open lot, be like, oh, it's an open lot. I can put my house there, I can put a fence there, and don't think the board of land management gonna pull up and be like, yo, get your ass, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you know what I'm saying? We could try doing free shit, but the freedom is, like I always said back in the day, we have freedom in a box. Everyone has their own box to run around in. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Hey, DB, put it like it's over near the spot, right? Now you drive up and down Antioch Pike. They ain't supposed to be having all them little shops and all that little stuff on the side of the road selling food and shit. They be like, hey, it's a lot. They just pull over and set up, and now they ready to serve you pot.
You're right, though. You're right. They got all kind of mango juice and shit.
Yeah. Like, what the hell they literally leave out Sam's and get on the corner with a whole bunch of dishwashing detergent.
They be out there with like about 8 orange tubs full of like different juices.
Yep.
They got the actual fruit up there, so they chop that shit up for you. They be under a tent with a table. Yeah, you're right though. You're right though. And they out there, they out here anyhow like that big time. You're
right next to the soccer field. They don't care. Empty lot.
Boy, you called it, boy. You called it, boy. You called it, boy. All right, check this out. This is a crazy clip because this has been real controversial. And Mark, I want you to chime on this as well, but check this out.
Watch this.
Black people wear the mark of Cain. That's in the Bible.
No, it is not. Show me where in the Bible it says that black people wear the mark of Cain. Show me that.
Are you a racist?
Really, give me one example.
Dude, there's tons of it. And then how also do you explain Mormons? I mean, what about Mormons?
Yeah, you got out of the kitchen because it was getting hot. I don't blame you. You got out of that kitchen real fast.
I mean, if we want to go into it, the Bible.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Go into it. Where does the Bible say that African Americans are the children of Cain? Where does the Bible say that?
The Bible talks about the mark of Cain, and you can interpret the Bible any way you can. And until recently, lots of
no, you can't. You can't interpret the Bible any way you can and be intellectually honest.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, well, you can do anything you want, right? Yeah, but you don't have to have a PhD in the Bible to understand that those slave owners who used the Bible to justify slavery were perverting the living daylights out of it.
All right. Okay, so She's standing on the fact that it says that, well, I don't know, well, black people are the mark of Cain or Canaan or something like that. So, and we've been cursed. So go ahead.
First of all, that lady tripped me out because she said that you can interpret the Bible any way you want. Man, if she don't get the hell on with that shit, boy, that's crazy as hell even saying that. So you telling me the people who go to that go study the Bible actually get a certificate that says that they can actually preach the word.
Right.
You telling me that they went there for nothing when you can interpret it any way you want?
right.
So you telling me that education ain't shit, right? You just I can interpret it any way I want.
They didn't went to
First
theology
of all,
school for nothing, huh?
Right. First of all, I don't care how much you watch Joel Ornstein. That don't make you no pastor. I don't want to hear it. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy to me.
Right.
So I wouldn't believe her.
Right.
What you think, mister? That's crazy.
Go ahead, mister. Oh, we can't hear you. Oh man, you went out. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Nope.
That's crazy as hell.
She said,
Oh no.
You can interpret the Bible any way you want.
But some people do though. Some people, and there be some pastors that really do that. Like I'm glad you mentioned Joel Osteen, because if you notice, if you ever watch him, you notice he never holds a Bible in his hand.
No.
No, I can't hear you. Can't hear you, Mark.
Why would you hold the Bible when you got a teleprompter? He rich.
But yeah, and the thing is, even if he is using the teleprompter ain't scrolling nothing out the Bible. It ain't no Bible quotes, no scriptures, no nothing. He just freestyling and saying people, hey, yeah, there you go, man. We can hear you.
Man, every time we talking about something good, man, it seems like something always knock us out.
Yeah.
And I like I told you, dog, I got new chords and everything.
Yeah.
So you know what, man? Look, you don't really have to have a certificate to be a person who teaches the Bible. Now, I will say, yes, I've studied the Bible. I've gotten my little certificate. So I mean, I'm not saying that I'm just fully qualified, but anyway, what makes the person original, man? God has to speak through you, or to you, and then through you.
Right.
God can speak through a little baby. Does a baby have to have a certificate? No, he don't.
Hold on,
God is the genuine...
keep going. I'm gonna give me some tissue because my nose running. Keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I just believe that. Is that a delay?
No, go ahead.
Okay. My thing is this, man. I don't read from the King James Version because I break stuff down and I know about King James. So I read the Amplified version and I read the Hebrew version of the Bible.
Right.
So I know a little Hebrew, and that's where I get the name Moshe from, which is Moses. A lot of people don't know that. So if you look on my page, it's Marquette Moshe, which is Moses. Just like with Jesus, his name is not Jesus. Yeah, he's a real dude. Jesus is a real dude. It's the white guy that we see on these pictures. But if you're talking about the Messiah, his name is Yeshua. And for that young lady to say that, she need to go back to Genesis at the beginning of the Bible, which is, it talks about Adam being a dark-skinned man.
Right.
And it talks about there's another book, Enoch, the missing Bible. I mean, the missing books in the Bible.
Right.
It talks about how the light or the white-skinned people are the mark of the beast, or the cursed ones, because they I forgot. I got a clip for it, man, where it breaks it all down, how the angels, they slept with the humans, had babies by them, they created giants and all that.
Nephilim,
so they was like white.
Right.
Yeah. So they had to go to a cooler climate because they're not tropical people like how we are.
Right.
So that's where these giants and deformed people come from. It's from them. It's not us. So yeah, she need to go back and she need to do her research and read that whole Bible again.
Wow. So I've been hearing about that black people are the descendants of Canaan, but from what I've been hearing here recently, that all is cap. We're all the descendants of Shem or Shem.
Yeah.
Shem, am I right?
It's Shem, Ham.
Shem,
Ham, and it's another brother.
Right.
I can't think his name right now.
But the lighter people, the Caucasian, they're the descendants of Ham, right? Something like that. I don't know. I'm asking.
It's one of the brothers. Yeah. Okay. No, it's one of the brothers. Yeah, it's one of the brothers.
Right. Yeah, we're from Shem, so so when they talk about us, talking about some when they talk about we're being anti-Semite, no, they're being anti-Shemites against us and shit, right?
But you know what? Check this out, though. Check this out, guys. Why is it that, and I'm not trying to make this like a race thing, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Why is it that, okay, I'll use scary movies for an example. You got the Chainsaw Massacre coming after us. Now, we see a car that's running, and then you got a shed over here with a lot of chains and stuff hanging, a lot of cow body parts hanging up. Black people are gonna go to the running car so we can get up out of there.
Right.
The white people, they're gonna probably go in that shed and try to hide, hoping that he keep going.
Right.
But knowing good and well, Chainsaw Massacre is gonna go in there and get them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And here's another one. When they say it's a woman's intuition, who are they talking about? Black people. They're not talking about white women, because black women, they have. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
You good?
See, our black women have a gift. All of us black people have a gift.
Mm-hmm.
We can feel when danger is around. We can feel when something ain't right.
Right.
But when we tell a white person, hey man, I don't know about going around that corner, man. Oh, come on, man. We're just going around here to have a little fun. But then you got somebody with a knife getting ready to come out and stab y'all.
Right.
And that's the gut feeling. That gut feeling is the Spirit of God talking to us, letting us know, hey, you don't need to go over there.
Right.
So they are the ones that's cursed, because if that's the case, why y'all don't have the discernment if something's about to happen?
I was about to say, bro, because on some real, bro, it ain't just women that got intuition. They just, they ain't the only one with it, bro. Everybody, we all got intuition.
Right.
It's if you listen to it.
Yeah, no, I said that, that's what they usually say.
Yeah.
They usually say, oh, it's a woman's intuition.
Yeah.
That shit can be wrong as hell. Them and their intuition. Don't get it confused.
Yeah.
So
it could be, but at the same time, for the most
I feel
part,
you though. For sake of argument, for sake of argument, I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we instead of saying it's God, it's just common sense. No, they made them words up, bro.
Right.
That's just like I guarantee you, I promise you, my whole paycheck and my whole studio and everything. You read the Bible, you're not gonna find where God is saying, I'm in love with my children, or I'm in love with my son, or I'm in love with this person or the church.
Right.
No. He
what you mean?
Son that he
what you mean, bro? Look. Didn't you hear that lady when didn't you hear that lady when she told you can interpret the Bible any way you want to?
Man. Well, I just said you can
God's love.
You can go in the Bible. You're not gonna see where God's saying I'm in love with this or that. He so loved the world that he gave his son.
Right.
He didn't say, I'm so in love with the world. No, he just said that he loved the world so that he gave his only begotten son.
Right.
So my whole point is, and I ain't gonna say no white man because it could have been a black guy. But they using these words to take God out of it. and to make it human form. Like we got power, but we ain't got that much power.
Right.
Well, man, all I'm saying is, bro, is you right. You know what I'm saying? God ain't gonna simp for us. He ain't in love with us. He ain't gonna simp for us, but he loves us. So I feel you. Bro. God ain't no simp.
If you think about it, you tell your girl, "Oh man, I'm so in love with you." That's kind of putting a little bit of authority on that, man. Like you putting her above everybody and everything
On a
else,
pedestal.
God and all that stuff.
You tell them, bro. Yeah. That's real though. Now I feel you on that. You put on a pedestal.
Hold on. Say that one more. Hold on. Maybe that flew over my head. So say that one more time. So if you say,
okay. You know how a guy can mess up. I'll use myself. I'll mess up with my wife. I'll be like, baby, man, I'm in love with you. You know, don't leave.
Right.
Like, you in love with me.
Right.
Opposed to just saying I love you.
Right.
I feel like I love you is stronger than saying I'm in love with you, because if you're in love, you putting that woman more above God. You're supposed to be. You don't hear people saying I'm in love with God. Unless they at church, trying to front.
Right.
People say, "Oh, I love God."
Right. I was just trying to make
now
sure
you can't say that either. You ain't been to all them churches where they say, "God, my husband." That's what the ladies in the church.
I've heard that before.
God, my husband. I'm in love with the Lord.
Is it wrong to say that, Mark? Is it wrong to say that? Is it wrong for a woman to say, "God, my husband"?
I'm not gonna say that it's wrong to say that, but I would advise them not to say that, because how can he be your husband and be your father? That don't mix.
Oh,
he calls us his children.
He cooking.
So that don't mix.
He cooking right there. He cooking right there.
Okay, so
is that why they got daddy issues? He cooking right there.
Okay, so yeah, because I'm glad Kurt brought that up, because I have heard that growing up. I ain't worried about that. God is my husband, and and they never say boyfriend. They always say husband.
Don't never say baby daddy. God, my baby daddy. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop. Nah, but for real though, you know what I'm saying? Some of the things we say in this world.
Oh my goodness. God, my baby daddy. And that's when you're gonna start hearing Billie Jean. The kid is not my son.
Right.
That's why I say I don't play with God, man. With certain people, certain artists, If this is you, then let that be you. Don't try to be something else for the public or in front of us, just because, because behind closed doors, man, God knows what you're doing. He see every move, and he know your heart and all that.
Right.
So it's like what Melly Mel said in the message, when he said God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you've been through. So that made a lot of sense when I first heard that. So it kind of, you're right though, man. People yo-yo with religion. A lot of people yo-yo back and forth with it, especially when it comes to speaking about the actual creator. They like Kurt say, God, my husband. I mean, I used to always hear that, be like, and the way you just broke it down, like, I wouldn't advise women to say that, because how can it be your husband and your father? That sounds like some Appalachian shit. Some Appalachian incestual.
Watch out. You know they're driving. You know they're driving around burning people's house down for that, right? Better be careful.
Man.
No God older than you. You better stop that playing.
I know, right?
All right, y'all.
I hate
y'all know. Oh, yo. You know what time it is now.
Yeah, we're gonna take our 5-minute break, and we'll be right back, y'all. See y'all in a little bit.
Peace.
Hello, everyone. It's your guy Dollar Bill Score right here, and I want to say thank you to all of the subscribers and everyone who tune in every Wednesday to watch our show, The Back and Forth Show. It comes on every Wednesday on YouTube, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it takes a lot to put a show like that together. I know some people may say, hey, they just turn it on their phones or, turn on their desktops and their laptops and they're just broadcasting. But at the same time, it does take a lot to produce a show like that. And we want to grow. We want to be able to bring you better content. We want to be able to expand and do better things with the show. And we can only do that with your support. We love the fact that you're watching and subscribing, but help us get to our first 1,000 subscribers and also help us reach our goal of $2,500. Now that's just $2,500, and we're not asking for donations, but if you want to donate any amount you want to donate, that's perfect. But we're just selling t-shirts. We're selling cool t-shirts designed by us, made by us right here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we want to be able to just bring you great content. So we're having a fundraiser this year. This is the first. We're going to have another one. But this is the first of many fundraisers to come. But right now we're selling t-shirts. We got great t-shirts. Sizes range from medium to 2XL. If you need something outside that range, we can most definitely work with you. Our shirts are just $30. You can ship them out to you. Just allow 10 to 14 days for shipping. There will be a shipping fee added on to that. But the shirts are affordable. We're not asking you to break your wallet. We're just asking you to help us reach our goal of just $2,500 to help bring you greater content, better lighting, better background, just great things we want to give to you. Because this show, we do it from the heart, and we love everything that we do, and we love everyone that checks us out. So again, our goal is to raise $2,500. That's $2,500. It's attainable, and only you can help us out. You can Cash App us at $Shyville Music Pub. That's CHIVILLEPUB. That's all one word. $Shyville Music Pub. Or you can just email us your order at 312-615@gmail.com. We can do all the details from there. But our goal is to raise $2,500. We got a handful of select t-shirts that are very, very cool. Designed by us. Yeah, designed by us. We didn't buy some shirts. Believe me, you're going to love what we got. Help us reach that goal, and we'll bring you better content. So God Dollar Bill School, thanks for checking us out. See you on the Back and Forth. Peace. All right. Back in the building. What's up, fellas?
What up? What up?
Back and ready to rock and roll again. All right. Let's get this thing jumping off. All right, here's a clip of somebody we hadn't seen on our show in a minute. Our brother Kevin Samuels. Here's his advice on brothers with dreads. Let's go.
This stream is for black men. Everybody's welcome, in particular, millennials and zennials, okay? Last night, Brother O'Shea Duke Jackson did a show with Steve the Dean Williams and said black men need to cut their hair if they want to work for white people, if they wanted to move up the corporate ladder. And we're going to get into it. When I was an entry-level manager, I hired 16 people. When I was a national account manager, I had 12 direct reports. I've been a pre-IPO stockholder in companies. See, what I'm talking about is a lot of stuff that I never hear guys on YouTube talk about. Entry-level dudes. So I'm going to tell you something. I'm an image consultant and a corporate image consultant, meaning right now I work with companies who have a corporate brand, and that's what sits at the top of anything for a company. Black men, if you want to move up into upper management, you are going to have to cut your dreads. You're going to have to become clean cut and represent the brand. See, a lot of black brothers think this is selling out. No, it's called buying in.
All right. Kevin Samuels says it's called buying in. It's not selling out. Go ahead, fellas.
I mean, you know, if we was in another country, you wouldn't have to cut your hair. Put it like that. But since you're over here with the colonials and you got to do what you got to do, you're gonna have to kind of go along to get along. I don't know if he's watching, but I remember a long time ago, a friend of mine was working at a store, and the store was Champ Sporting Goods. Well, the manager told a friend of mine, I'll make you the store manager if you cut your hair. We looked at him and said, that's crazy. He said, what do you mean? We said, hold on. You telling me, I said to my friend, you telling me you got to cut your hair to sell basketball shoes of the stars who got the same, same hair as you, right. Basically put. Right. But in that aspect, I'm saying that sometimes to climb even into manager positions, you have to look the part.
Yeah.
A lot of us think, well, I can just go in there wearing whatever I want to, whatever. No. They have a certain look. They have a certain protocol.
Right.
You have to heed by those to work for their company.
Yeah.
You don't see somebody saying, I'm going to work at the strip club and the stripper's wearing a 3-piece suit. You got to wear the uniform. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She ain't coming over there with no overalls and shit on. She got to put on that uniform.
Yeah.
Hooters, you got to put on a uniform.
Yeah, you're
Corporate
right.
world, you got to put on a uniform.
Yeah.
You think the army gonna let you come in out just how you want to be in the beginning? No, they cut your hair.
Yeah.
So in these establishments, you can't go in thinking that you're gonna have individuality. They want you to look a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way. That's why you can't even, some companies you can't even have a social media.
Wow.
Yeah. So just think about it. It might not be fair, but when you want to get into those certain high arenas, you got to play the game that they playing. You can't come in and play your own game. You didn't make this company. True. You didn't start this.
True.
So, but what you think, mister?
I see that.
I do want to say rest in peace, man. The Kevin Samuels, man. He has a lot of nuggets, jewels, knowledge, and everything. But I disagree. I believe you can wear your dreads in a nice way. I think it's more about how you present yourself and how you talk to people. Because I can remember back then I had a mouthful of gold and I was working around corporate people. I chose to take my golds out. That was me. But I know we're talking about dreads. There's strength in especially black people, there's strength in our hair. Look at Samson. When he cut his hair off, he didn't have no strength at all. But dreads, they tell our story. Dreads, they tell our story of where we've been and where we're going. I'm starting to learn about that, man, from people in the Caribbean, Jamaica, and all that. Now, if I can grow some hair, you know, I probably would grow some dread. But that's not me. I'm the fade type guy or a bald type guy, you know. But I think our hair tells a story, because if the hair wasn't important, why do we have it?
True that. True
Everything on our body plays a big part.
True that.
True
that.
I really believe there's strength and knowledge in our hair. It tells a story.
Well,
I feel you on that.
I'm gonna say this to you. You see that screen behind you? That's a perfect example. And the screen behind you is sports. Okay? They ain't finna let you get on that. They ain't finna let you come out and play basketball in some Levi's. You're gonna have to hand to the outfit that they want you to wear when you in the arena. If that was the case, think about it like this. Back to basketball again. Why we have no black owners? It ain't got nothing to do with your appearance. Is your skin color. They don't want you up there. You can work for the company all you want, but you'll never get in them higher ups, the people who actually own the team.
Yeah.
Because you're not wearing the right attire. And the right attire for that happens to be your skin color. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it don't matter.
You know, a lot of football players got dreads. Derrick Henry got dreads.
But they don't own no teams. I'm trying to get you to okay. When you get to those higher ups, you gotta have to look a certain part, is what they saying. So guess what? Those higher ups, those owners of these teams, you don't look the part because you don't look the color. How about that?
Yeah.
So you'll never be able to own one of those teams.
Yeah.
You can buy into them for 3%, 5%, whatever these superstars do, to say I'm part owner. How much percentage? 5. You're not the majority
Yeah, the principal
of the owner.
The principal, yeah.
Right. You'll never be one of those. They won't let you in.
Right.
It, you know, for certain
is it
things.
because of the hair? But is it because of the hair though? Because that's what he's talking about. He's telling young black men they need to cut their hair.
They do.
But if you notice though,
that's basically what he.
But not to cut you off, but to actually add on to what you're saying, Mark, I have noticed what I've seen for my own self in person and on television and the media and whatever, prominent black men who are higher up in business, they ain't rocking dreads, dog. They got their shit, you know what I'm saying? They got this, you know what I'm saying? They got the, you know what I'm saying? They looking the part, so to say. So
they have to.
So I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like, man, that our black men shouldn't have to cut their dreads just to say, you know, because they can be smart as a whip. How does that person know? They don't. I mean, I know that's the way of the world today.
Yeah.
And it all started with them.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say them, I'm talking about back in the days, the white slave people and slave owners.
Yeah.
You know, because they feel like if they take something away from us, it's gonna as just like buck breaking or whatever it's called. They feel like they could take something from us to make us weak.
Yeah.
So when you start growing out these dreads, your hair and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's strength for us, man.
Yeah.
So I feel like you shouldn't have to. I feel like your personality, your heart, your soul, how you go in there, you know, and you talk to these people. I'll say this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, dog.
No, go ahead. You good. Go ahead.
Now I'm not trying to brag or boast, because you know I don't do nothing like that. But I guarantee you, if I had dreads, I still would have met the same people that I know today. As like when I went to California, I met the president of Beyonce's company. If I had dreads, I still would have met that guy. The guy still probably would have said, hey, I want you to come out to eat, you know, with us when you come back out here and all that. All because of my personality and my character.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have looked at me and be like, nah, I don't want to talk to him because his dreads.
Well, I'm gonna say this, then we'll move on. But as long as we're still under the captivity of our oppressors, and they giving us a little bit of leeway to play alongside of them, we're gonna have to assimilate to those type of things if we want to achieve some of the things that we see that they have, and we want to move up in their corporate structures. I say all the time, is they shit, they're gonna do what they're gonna do what they want to do with it. So we're gonna have to assimilate to that. So in order for us now, when I do see black men who are higher up in business doing their own thing, they still got dreads, it's because they got their own business. They doing their own thing. They write their own checks. You know what I'm saying? They got people working for them. But when you seeing guys that's trying to move up in Ford and Exxon and Tesla and all that stuff, they looking like
that's not happening.
They looking like Barack Obama in that month. You know what I'm saying? So so simple as that. All right, check this out. I want to play this one clip. It's only 12 seconds, but it's really important because I want to know. I'm just gonna play it and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But this is really deep. This is our sister Esther Rose. So check it out.
I introduced the black father to this country. There never had been one in the whole of the country. And I risk my job by saying I won't do it unless you give me a husband for my children.
Okay.
Man.
So she's saying that because of her sacrifice, she was the one that introduced having the black father on television. Prior to that, there was no black father on television sitcoms ever before Good Times. I didn't have the time to do the knowledge yet, but is that true? And her importance and her role in making that happen is monumental. So go ahead, fellas.
Man,
Well,
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Gizmo.
Oh, my bad. I was just tripping because one. So you telling me
Stop breaker.
she made that happen for Black America? I mean, I don't think back then they would be ready to show, and maybe I'm wrong because you did have what is that called? George Jefferson, right?
Right.
So you did have him, and they had an interracial couple.
Right.
But I don't think America was ready for interracial couples back then like that.
Mm-hmm.
So her saying that she made the sacrifice, I'm still trying to figure out how she made the sacrifice for everybody.
Well, I think she said in the sense of, now here's the knowledge that I know off top. Good Times is a spinoff of
What's
Maude.
happening?
No, of Maude. Okay, the TV show Maude, which was created by Norman Lear. Esther played. She used to come on there every now and then. I guess as a house. She used to come on there. Oh, she used to show up on the show from time to time. And then from there, I think I'm making sure I get this right. So if I'm wrong, somebody out there, they'll correct me. And then they decided to go ahead and give her own show because her character on Maude was so good. They decided to give her own show. Norman Lear did. And it was her that said, okay, I'll do it, but I want a husband. You see what I'm saying? So now the Jeffersons is also, I think, a spinoff of Maude as well. Because George Jefferson used to come on. Yeah. All those are spinoffs. I think they're both spinoffs of Maude, of the TV show Maude. So So, and that the Jeffersons came after Good Times. So the Jeffersons came after Good Times. So if you really take Good Times on back, black sitcoms, if there ever were that prominent like Good Times and the Jeffersons, they didn't have a black father on that. All the white TV shows, Father Knows Best, Leave It to Beaver, Patty Duke, they all had a father on their shows. But she's saying she broke ground by introducing the black father in the house.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'll say this. I want to big up Esther Rowe, man. Rest in peace. She's a part of Nashville history. her uncle was a pastor down here, so she used to come visit him out South Nashville at the Church of the Messiah.
Okay.
But anyway, I pulled up a couple of clips, man, and I'm seeing Thelma talk, and they're saying she actually had a role in having James Evans, as a husband.
No, she demanded that. She stood on that. She wasn't even going to do the show until they did that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what she said in that clip is she's saying if there was any, because we're gonna have to probably do the knowledge after this, because unless while you're online you can see any black TV shows that came before Good Times. I don't remember any. I really don't remember any. I only remember seeing from Good Times on up, because remember Good Times came out like 72, came out early 70s.
Yeah.
Then after
When
that,
did What's Happening coming out?
What's Happening came 76, 77. Yeah, all those shows that we grew up on came after Good Times. I believe that's the truth. So Good Times, the Jeffersons, all that shit.
Yeah, and even so, even if there was a sitcom before that, what she's saying is a black husband.
Right. There was
She's
always
not
black
saying
mothers.
black sitcom or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Because remember, what's the sister name? I forget her name, but she had a show. She had her own black TV show. She had her own show back in the day. I forget her name. I forget this. Diane Carroll.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Diane Carroll was big in the 60s. She had her own TV show, but she didn't have her husband on there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, some of us wasn't living back in, like me and Mystery.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but no, I wasn't living back then, but I remember seeing the episodes growing up as a kid in the 70s.
Right, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so Good Times. So she's saying she spawned, so it's big ups to her for making it happen, because
yeah.
After that, here comes the Jeffersons, and there's a black couple. All right. Here is Now here's the thing on what's happening. She was a single mother, but the father would come and visit every now and then.
Right.
He wasn't living in the house, but the actual father living in the house came from Esther Road, breaking that with Good Times. So
right. Okay.
And this is a good topic for Black History too. So
the more you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they actually I want to say she stopped doing the show because James asked a question, why do we always have to be stuck in the ghetto? Why we can't get a good job and move? Because that's what we do. So that's when James had got killed off the show.
Right. Remember they killed him off.
Yep.
Yeah, it was crazy, but that's another topic for another show. But I do want to delve into the way blacks have been treated in TV over the years. But we'll come back to that. Here's a clip that's kind of interesting. I want y'all to chime in on this and let me know what y'all think.
Another thing a lot of men do at this point, send her flowers or buy her some sort of gift. Now, it's okay to do this sort of thing when you're in a marriage or a relationship, but only when her attraction levels for you are on the high end. She's telling you things like she loves you, she's making herself available to you, she's affectionate, things of that nature. But you never want to do this when she's pulled away, because just like chasing her, it communicates your fear of losing her. It's also putting pressure on her, pressure for her love and attention, maybe even pressuring her for a relationship. You cannot pressure or force a woman into love, attention, desire, or attraction. She's either feeling it or she's not. And she definitely won't be feeling any of those things when you're chasing her and buying her gifts out of fear of losing her, as that conveys emotional weakness, which is a turnoff.
All right, fellas, go ahead, chime in. Is what he's saying true or what?
That goes back to what I said earlier. You wine and dine these women. You do all that for the first couple of months, but when you stop doing that, and they getting ready to leave, what's the first thing you say? Oh, baby, but I'm in love with you. Why you didn't say that at first?
Yeah. Okay.
It goes right back to that of desperation. You're gonna say what you need to say to get back in.
Right.
So I just, my advice, man, to people when they first date. Like with my wife, when we first started dating, I took her by the lake and we had like a little picnic, man. You know, didn't cost a lot of money or nothing like that. I just did simple things because once you pull out them big guns, then what else you got to go through? She's already gonna be used to that.
Makes sense. Makes
So
sense.
you know you gotta keep that up.
Right. She'll start. Right. Yeah. She'll think that's the way it is. Right. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Yeah. And the next date was Steak and Shake. You know, we both enjoy Steak and Shake.
All right. Go ahead, Mo.
Well, Mystery, you better be lucky you did it when you did it instead of doing it last year, or you couldn't go to Steak and Shake, or you couldn't go to the lake,
couldn't go to Old
or
Charlie's,
you couldn't go
and you
to
couldn't
Old
go right.
Charlie's, and you couldn't go to Cheesecake Factory. That's one. You couldn't go to never one of them places in 2023. I don't know what you thought about. That's one.
You got to start over. You got to start over. You
That's
gotta say it again.
That's one. Two. Another thing is this right here, bro. We live in America. Have you seen the dating market lately? All that shit he's saying, they ain't doing none of that no more. We are in the realm of we live in America. And what does America say? We do not negotiate with terrorists. Ain't no way in hell, bro. Ain't no way in hell. First of all, these girls want you to do the stuff that he's describing. They want you to do that in the beginning nowadays and the end.
Yeah.
Send me roses. Put some on my cash app. This, that, and the third.
Right.
So I ain't doing none of that. See, okay, so I'm gonna say this to y'all real quick. He's got a lot of valid points in what he's saying.
Right.
So the object is not to try to win the girl over with trinkets, money, all that shit. Because it's a guy out here who is working not as hard as you. He's still getting what he wants from that girl.
Right.
So your thing is you're in the wrong line.
Right.
You need to be in the line with a girl like you, and you ain't got to go through all them problems. You see what I'm saying?
That makes so much sense. And that
a lot of dudes be like, bro,
all that hard work. You're right, bro. You're right.
Let me tell you something. There's dudes out here who taking girls on 3 dates just to get some coochie.
Yeah.
And then it's a dude that when she wants some now, all that 3-day bullshit go out the window.
He ain't even got to do all that, right?
No, it's just, hey, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. I'm over here sitting here drinking. You want to come over? Sure. And then he come over and he done drill the brains out. You done pay for 3 days.
Yeah.
So my point is, don't be the dude in the line waiting to give her the 3 dates. You need to get out that line.
Hey, I'm the dude in the line waiting for 3 days.
Right. But you know you in the wrong line. Get out that line and go over to this other line where you ain't gotta be waiting in line like that. Go. That's look, yo. That's
Boy,
the
you
old
said
play.
that so real. You said that so real, boy.
Go to where you
That's
are.
the realest.
Go to where you are celebrated, not tolerated.
Right,
You feel me?
Right.
So that means, guess what? Cindy don't like me, and I gotta go to on 3 dates, and Jessica like me for me, and I can just come straight to her crib and smash. What you think I'm gonna do?
Damn.
I'm gonna go to where somebody that like me instead of me putting forth all this effort to get a fucking maybe.
But you know what though, Kurt? That was a time when I think that time is evolving into now. That clip that we talked about, he was probably referring to like the good old day. What I ain't gonna say the good old days, but a time where guys were really trying to go all out to romance or go after that one they really had they had their heart set on, and a lot of times that hurt us trying to go after that one, and she's never still.
Yeah, never reciprocated.
Yeah, you man, you're so right.
Yeah, y'all better get in that. Y'all better go get in that other line.
Yeah. Go ahead.
See, go ahead, Mister.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mister. We live. I'm finna say y'all gotta understand. We coming into times where now, and people look at me like, what does he know? He don't know shit. Okay, right. You right. I don't know shit, right? But just notice out here in the world, the dates done slowed down, marriages done slowed down, kids done slowed down. Everything is slowing down. Now, the thing about it is, we are all in a race to be individuals, okay? Especially in the black community. So, but you're going to need affection. A lot of these dudes talking about these girls, man, they want this and they want that. But guess what? They get horny just like you do. Only thing you got to do is mind your business. You can be single as a bird. Somebody going to knock on your window. You see what I'm saying? Say, hey, you want to come outside and play? Basically put is, as long as you do you and you are adulting, quote unquote, somebody going to come around and holler at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes and women right now do not have they do not live alone. They live on somebody's couch, or they live in somebody's house, or they got a roommate, or whatever the hell the case may be, male and female. But my point is, to make a long story short, is just go into another lane. You see what I'm saying? These women are already out here. They starting to choose their damn self. That's what I mean. You see what I'm saying? As long as you work on yourself, women are going to have to choose. The problem is, can't nobody wait on that. You see what I'm saying? That's like saying if 3 dudes or 4 dudes want to date this girl, why don't y'all just all chill on her? And when she want to come, and when she wants to be the aggressor, you will see who she really wants.
That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
A lot of dudes be like, man, I'm gonna keep throwing money at her. I'm gonna keep taking her out on dates, and I'm gonna win her over. Why you gotta win her over? You feel me?
Yeah.
You should want them to choose you because you're you, just like she wants you to like her for her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just sit back and see what she do?
Yeah. I feel like, man, if you're losing them, they wasn't yours in the first place, because I feel like it's def, do your part or whatever. But
she was never yours. She God's, remember?
Yeah.
God her husband, bro. What you doing? She was never yours. God her husband. Trying to tell you.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So, man, it's I don't know. I just feel like nowadays things are really did like a 180, man. It's like guys don't feel the same way they used to when I was growing up. A lot of cats ain't going all out their way, spending all that money. Like you just pointing out, man, it's some guys is right now on his 3rd date, still ain't hit, still want to text and call, but then so what you're saying? So you're saying that we need to figure out the timing, or like read the room correctly. So okay, if she not feeling me now, when is the time? Would she feel me when she's vulnerable?
No. What I'm saying is this right here. Like, for instance, you can take a girl out on 3 dates, right? And you still not get none. But that one guy, when she let me say it like this. You have to put in more work when the woman is not the aggressor. So that means, okay, well, you know when you got a girlfriend and she don't feel like maybe like having sex that night or whatever, or maybe she do, who knows? But the point is, see how much work you got to put in to convince her to do it, versus when she get horny, she ready to tear your clothes off. You need to wait until she's ready to tear your clothes off. If she don't tear your clothes off, that means she don't like you like it.
Makes sense.
So what I'm saying is, why be the dude on the 3 dates when you can just sit back and wait until she wants sex? She'll just call you up. You can skip the dates. You go straight to her house and knock her down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's less work on your part. But dudes want it when they want it. So she's like, I guess I can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna hit the same.
Right.
As that dude she really like. If that dude she really like ain't gotta pay for them dates. She just want to be in his presence. She just want to be around him.
True.
You feel me? So you should want to be the guy that the girls want to be around, not the dude who having to convince them with dates.
Right.
That's my
I see what you
point.
said. I see what you said.
And then what you gonna do? Look, what you gonna do when you take her out on a date? Eat cereal? The hell is you talking about? You feel me? What you gonna eat cereal out here?
Yeah.
Cereal for dinner?
Yeah.
Where you going, girl? We going to Save a Lot. We going to aisle 6 for them cornflakes.
All right.
Well, the guy at Kellogg said, the only thing you needed was some cereal and some fruit.
That's crazy. All right, fellas, we're gonna wrap it up. Anything y'all want to say before we do?
Like, share, subscribe. I also want to say that we are now having season change.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, if everybody watch your allergies, you know what I'm saying, keep it in the road. It's tax season, y'all. Don't be out here getting all hood rich for the next month or two and then turn back into a pumpkin and shit like Cinderella. Don't do that.
Right.
Invest your money.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to touch on? That's it for me. What you got? Mister?
Man, everybody just be safe out there, man. Watch your surroundings. Use your God sense into knowing, if it's a good area or good decision. Let's just try to make better choices, man. I mean, this world is not getting better as we see it already, and it speaks clearly that it's going to end by fire. So we see the signs every day, man. So everybody just man, just stay up and just watch your surroundings, man, and be good.
Most definitely. Again, don't forget to check us out every week right here, Wednesday, youtube.com/Back and Forth Show, 8:30 Central Standard Time. We get together and do what you see us do every Wednesday. Also, don't forget to check my brother out every first and third Sunday on mixcloud.com/WBF 2.0 for Morning Gospel with Mark. And you check me out every Saturday, 12 p.m. with a new show. Yeah, 12 p.m. in the afternoon with a new show, mixcloud.com/WBF. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and don't forget to also we're gonna be launching our official fundraiser March 1st. That's this Friday, so we'll talk about that amongst ourselves after the show about how we can all participate to get this going. But other than that, thanks for everybody for checking us out. See y'all next week, same black time, same black channel. Peace.
And God a husband.
Boy, you crazy. Right. All right, y'all. We out.